Hi, this is Ingrid at the Senior Center, and today we're going to do our segment of crafting. We have named this ICAN, which stands for Ingrid's Craft Assembly Nook. So welcome, and you can do this. It just takes patience and, I don't know, a little willpower. So today we're going to do a Valentine craft for February. It's more of a decoration, but I have an idea of what else we could make it be, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So let's get started. I'm going to move the computer now to where you can just see my hands. I will show you though, before we get started, these are what we're going to make. It involves, excuse me, it involves some weaving like you may have done in elementary school years ago, but I think it'll come back to you. You'll need 2 colors of paper. I'm using red and white for our demonstration today. They should be cut into roughly 8-inch strips, 8 or 9-inch, and you need 4 of one color and 4 of another. You will also need a glue stick, and we'll go ahead and get started. So just put everything to the side except for 1 red and 1 white. You're going to take the white one and glue it to the end of the red one. Can everybody see? Nod your heads. Okay. So you just put a little glue on the end and glue it down and try to get it to both edges as good as you can. Okay? Now, here's where the weaving comes in. We're going to take the next one. This one's on top. This white one's on top. So this one's going to go underneath. So we're going to put a little glue on the tip and try to space it roughly 1/4 of an inch away from the other one. It doesn't have to be exact. And glue it down. So see, you have over and under. And we're going to just keep doing the same thing with the remaining 2 white strips. The next one, roughly 1/4 of an inch away on top. So we have over, under, and under. Now, and what I was thinking about earlier was what you can do with these. I used some recycled paper for this one, but I thought once I did it, wouldn't it be kind of neat to have written on there, I love you, or you're the greatest friend, hope you get well soon, you're the heart in my life, whatever you wanted to write, and give it away as a Valentine. Especially now, since a lot of us are staying in and we're not getting out to buy Valentines for everybody. That might be a nice way to say something special to a friend or a loved one, and it'll be extra special because it's made by you. Okay, now we're getting into the little bit more difficult part. So I hope everybody's caught up with me. We're going to take our next red one. This one is over, so we're going to go under and over and under and over. You see that? And we're going to do it about 1/4 of an inch away and glue it down in all the little places. And this is tricky. I've made several, so it's a little easier. I know it is kind of difficult, but you'll glue it down there. And then you'll need to glue all of these down. So I just lift that up, and that one's a little crooked, but it's okay. And it's going to be tough to get underneath some of these, but just glue them down as best you can. I forgot to tell you, you may want to have a work surface that you can get all gluey. If you're using Elmer's glue or like a liquid glue, just use a tiny dot. You may want to adjust the tip of the dispenser cap so that it only lets out a tiny amount because it will get messy and it'll start to wave from all the wet glue. Okay, the next one, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go over and under and over and under. See, so that they're all like that. And we'll glue them down. And just try to maintain that, that spacing. It'll make it look a little more professional when you're finished. You can use any colors. You know, I used purple and pink for one. You could even do something if you had a Sunday school class back when we used to get to go to Sunday school. I used to teach. And with the little ones, to make them a Valentine maybe, and make it rainbow colored and put on there God's promise is to always love you or something like that. And that would be a nice little gift for them. I don't know that they could get it home without destroying it, but it would be the thought. Here is the last one now. I don't know if I need to slow down or not because I can't hear you, but if you're watching this recording, you can stop it at any time, probably by hitting your space bar and finish where we are, and then start up again by hitting the space bar again. But for now, I should have woven it before I got to this point. Okay, so they should all be over, under, over, under. And you should have 4 and 4. Just make sure that all the little areas in between are glued. I think I missed one. Okay, and it should look like that. This is going to be the point of your heart. So this is what we've created on one side. So now we're going to start bringing these over to create the little curved areas of the heart. I need for you to nod your head if you're ready to move on. Okay, good. I see. Okay, we'll go on. So this is the very, very, very important part. We're going to take the inmost pieces, one red and one white, that are in the center. This is the outside, this is the center. Take these two. You're going to fold them over. Okay, so they're going to go fold over, and you're going to glue them exactly like you've been gluing right there up to the end. Okay. Does it matter which one's on top? No. What matters is that you glue them to the edge. So we'll put a little glue there. There we go. And once you have that, you're just going to go in succession. We're going to do the white first. So you're going to take the next one and bend it over, and it is going to crisscross. That's what makes the neat pattern. But you have to remember that this one is on top. Whichever's on top, you want to go the opposite for the next one. So this one, we're going to put the second white one, we're going to bend over and glue it under about 1/4 inch away. Okay. That didn't get any glue on it. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to take the next one and bend it over. You're still crisscrossing, and this one will be on mine, it'll be on top, so it'll be over on top of the red, and just glue it down. Good. And your last one, same thing. Go over. And this one is going to be underneath the red to complete that segment. And there we go. I just think this would be so neat to have written on there a little message and just take it to somebody, maybe just hang it, give them a call and say, I'm hanging something on your doorknob, maybe an elderly person in your neighborhood, and they come out and they find this beautiful little heart that has something written on it that's sweet. And this doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. It could be other times of the year. So now we're ready to move on to the red. You have all of your white, up, down, up, down. We're going to take the red. Now we're going to have to weave again. So take the next red one. You're going to cross over. Now you're going to have to go, this one's on top. So this one's under, over, under, over. Okay. So same procedure, just a little more difficult to hold everything. Okay. And then you have to glue in between again to make sure it all sticks together, and make sure that you're maintaining that spacing as you glue it down, because it wants to all pull together and it won't look as symmetrical in the end if you don't do that, which is one reason why we're gluing it. Okay, so this next one, of course, is going to go over, under, just like that. And we'll glue it down underneath, roughly 1/4 of an inch away. You can use wider strips of paper. It kind of gives it a different look. You can use, I think, some crafting paper that you would use to make greeting cards and things with maybe pink and purple hearts all over them, or whatever. If someone has a blue and yellow kitchen, you could find some pretty paper that had blue and yellow in it and make them a heart out of that. And you just keep gluing all these little segments in between. And maybe it would have a little short poem written on it, and they could hang that in their kitchen and think of how you think they're a special person in your life. Okay. And our last one, same thing, make sure you're the opposite of the one before and glue them all down. Glue this one. Gets a little more challenging. Okay. And then that's where we are. That's sort of what it should look like. I don't know if yours does. I don't know how far along you might be. Yeah. So to complete the heart, we're just going to take our glue or our glue stick and put a little bit on the inside down here at the bottom and match up the two and stick them down. Okay, and then that makes it 3D. The more you glue, the less 3D it will be. So I just did a small V at the very bottom. And then you can take either another color or one of your white strips or your red strips. I think I'm going to use red for this one. And we're going to make a hanger for it. So the hanger just attaches right inside here and here, right at the top of the V. So just put a little glue on it and attach it here, and then a little glue. And you can either twist it or just do it straight. I think I'm going to do it straight on this one. I twisted another one and it was sort of an interesting look. I'll show you. Okay, and that's it. That's all it is. You know, if you had some little stick-on rhinestones at home, it might be fun to put a couple little rhinestones around here or there. This one is twisted. You can kind of see the difference. When I handed out, if you're making this from the project kit that you picked up here at the Senior Center, the strips were a little bit long, and I should have said this in the beginning, but it'll still make a heart. It'll just be a little leggy, I'd say. I think this one's a better proportional. And there they are. So that's our heart craft for today. I hope you can make somebody's day by letting them know how special they are and making them a little Valentine heart. So were there any questions? Was anything difficult that I can answer right fast, or was it pretty easy?
It was pretty easy. I think from my perspective, I should have cut my paper a little bit thinner, not so wide on my strips. It was a little hard to weave when it was wider.
Okay, it was harder to weave. Okay, and that may be why they suggested, well, they didn't suggest, there was no talking on the tutorial I learned from on YouTube. So, but yeah, well, good. Good. So that's it for today. I hope everybody has a great day, and tune in next month for March. We will be making a blessings box. I think it's more like a blessings jar. And if you can join me, we'll have a lot of fun and get that made. Bye, guys.
Thank you.